Good morning, everyone. I want to welcome you all to the 2023 Fall Sports Award Ceremony. Today, we will be honoring our junior varsity and varsity fall student athletes. It has been a great fall season for all of our programs, and I am proud of the accomplishments on and off the field. I would like to take a moment and thank everyone and give everybody a round of applause for coaches, peers, for the hard work and dedication they have served you all this fall. With Thanksgiving wrapped up, I would like to take a moment to give thanks to our fall student athletes, our leadership team, and coaches, and our athletic department who have made my first year here a very easy transition to North Cross. My family and I appreciate how you all have made us feel welcomed, and we look forward to the winter and spring seasons with y'all. Without further ado, let's get started with our award ceremony. I would like to welcome our 2023 BRAC Cross Country Coach of the Year, Mr. Ed Dickinson, to the podium.
Good morning. I'm delighted to spend a few minutes talking about our cross-country team and our 2023 season. And I certainly would like to congratulate all of the other fall coaches on their fine seasons as well. It was truly inspiring to be surrounded by so many quality programs and coaches, and I certainly congratulate Coach Taylor and his football team for bringing home a well-earned state championship. I would like to thank all the people who helped our cross-country team from day to day, including Tracy Schaefer, Coach Pollock, Mrs. Williams, our trainer Holly Marshall, and our new AD Jeremy Eubank. I also want to thank my assistant coach Lauren Horner, who is just such a huge part of our program. I would also like to offer my heartfelt thanks to all of the team parents who are always ready to help at every turn. They really went above and beyond for our team, and in so many cases anticipated things that we would need and jumped in to help before I even had time to ask. Evan Duncan's parents held the end of the season gathering at their house, which was such a nice occasion for all of us. I would also like to thank my dear wife for leading spin workouts during the summer and fall for our runners to help provide us with a great opportunity for cross training. It really made a major difference. It would be hard for me to truly describe the character of our team with a handful of words this morning. They are just such a special group of young people who are so committed to each other and fully dedicated to trying to reach the highest level of the sport. In interest of time today, I'm just going to focus on 3 highlights from our season, 3 quick snapshots. In truth, our early season was rather bumpy. We knew from last year that Covenant School and Trinity Christian would offer us a huge challenge this season, which in the end they did. Moreover, we had our share of physical dings and viruses during September and October, which at times kept our team from establishing as many consistent performances as we saw during last year's season. But at the heart of the team, there was a committed drive and a manifest level of positive energy that shaped every practice. Everyone on the team believed, truly believed, that by the end of the season, it would all come together. At the Milestad meet on October 14th, our boys took a huge victory, garnering first place against 31 schools, including St. Christopher's and Woodbury Forest. On that day, Kerrigan Cheney took 7th in the elite race, setting a new school record of 17:30. And Alex Dickinson took 8th place in our team race, setting a new boys' school record of 16:43. The weather was miserable with pouring rain and wind, and there were huge numbers of runners, but our team showed they were coming into top fitness. We had a clear plan in place weeks before the conference and state meets. We knew we had to extend the other top teams on every hill to have a chance at winning. And we trained repetitively on the conference course until we knew every inch of it. We finished every practice with hill repeats to be ready for what we knew we needed to do. At the Blue Ridge Conference Championship, both Kerrigan Cheney and Ainsley Miles ran excellent races to finish 3rd and 7th against some very fast competition. Then our boys team put in the race we had trained so hard for, with our top 5 runners finishing 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 8th, and 15th to take a narrow 6-point victory over the Covenant School and take home the conference championship for the 2nd year in a row. 6 days later, we were back on the line at Woodbury Forest for the Vista State Championship. We were not expected to compete for the win. In fact, Milestaff predicted we would finish a distant 3rd behind Trinity Christian. We knew exactly which individuals we had to watch in the race, and in the final days before the race, we really focused on our mental approach. We knew we could compete with the top teams on the hilly Woodbury course, but we also knew that in order to win, our top 5 runners would have to put in their best performance of the whole season. They would have to run at their limit and beyond to have a chance, and that's exactly what they did. The race was too close to call out on the course or even at the finish line. But our top 5 runners, Alex, Dylan, Finn, Harry, and Connor, pulled off a 4-point victory over Trinity Christian that all came down to the last 200 meters to earn our first state championship for our boys cross-country team. An hour later, Kerrigan pulled off a huge win in her race by over 90 seconds, winning her 2nd state championship in a row, with Ainsley finishing amongst the top runners in 7th place. When the final scores were announced that day, and we learned our boys team had won the state championship, it was truly a magical moment. I would like to thank all of the seniors on our team, Paul, Dylan, Alex, and Connor, for the leadership and the remarkable commitment that you put into our running program, and to the cross-country team as a whole. Each of you helped to make this an unforgettable year, and I'm so proud of your improvement, your amazing team spirit, and your competitive fire. Runners, please come forward to my left.
Okay, so I'm going to give a few directions. This is for all the teams. So if you're sitting over here, you'll come to the awards table on this side. And if you're sitting over here, like the cross-country team, you'll come to the awards table on this side. Get your varsity letter, shake some hands, walk behind me, come around the front, and line up in front of the table. Just please don't block the podium. Okay, great. Going to start with Justice Horner. Peter Anderson. Finn Cheney, all conference and all state. Harry Anderson, all conference and all state. Josh Meow. Alex Dickinson, captain, all conference and all state. Connor Onifer, all state. Paul Schuler. Dylan White, captain, all conference and all state. Ainsley Miles, all conference and all state. And Kerrigan Cheney, captain, all conference and state champion. All right, don't go anywhere. I'm going to call Coach Dickinson back to the podium.
Alex, if you move to your left, that'd be great. The Coaches Award for the girls team goes to a young lady who set such a high standard for the rest of the team. She almost never missed a practice, and she never gave less than her best in any workout or race. She was a ready volunteer to help outside of practice, and she was just such a joyful, day-to-day supporter of every member of the team. This is the 2nd year that she has earned both First Team All-Conference and First Team All-State, which for a 9th grader is truly impressive. I'm delighted to present the Coaches Award to Ainsley Miles. The MVP award for the girls team goes to a young lady who was already an outstanding runner as a freshman, and she just keeps improving. Her time of 17:30 at the Milestat race set a new school record by some margin and ranked her as one of the top 6 runners in the state of Virginia among all schools, public and private. At the Metro meet in Blacksburg in October, she broke the course record and took a huge win. Then at the state championship, she had a 60-second lead on second place by the first mile mark before taking her second individual state championship in a row. I'm so honored to present the MVP award to Kerrigan Cheney. The Coaches Award for the boys team gave me pause because I had 3 very deserving candidates. The award goes to a young man who's been fully committed to the team for the last 4 years. And he personifies so many distance runners who often seem modest and unassuming in personality, but who will run themselves blind to help their team. Even though he lives an hour away from school, he attended all of our morning practices without a single complaint. At the conference and state races, I needed Connor Onifer as our 5th runner to step up for the team and run at another level. And he reached down and found the grit to get the job done. At the state meet, that meant moving up from 32nd place at the first mile mark to 17th place at the finish. I am delighted to present this year's Coaches Award to Connor Onifer. The MVP award goes to a runner who committed himself in June to taking a big step forward this year as a runner. At the Milestat race, he set a new school record for the 5K distance, finishing 8th out of 253 runners. And he went on to finish 2nd at our conference championship and 3rd at the state meet. Beyond this, he put in dozens of hours of work during the summer to help create the new Ridgeline Trail that we were able to begin using for our home races this fall. I'm very proud to present this year's MVP award to my son, Alex Dickinson. Thank you so much.
Okay, next up is JV volleyball. And I am reading the speech on behalf of JV head volleyball coach Michaela Hedrick, who unfortunately cannot make it here this morning. So here are her remarks. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Eubank and Coach Gaston for providing me with the opportunity to coach the JV volleyball team this fall. Since we came together to start the season, I've seen improvement in the team and in players as individuals. Many games where we did not come out on top, the team and I felt like we won because of the improvement that they were making. Progress was our focus, and with it came increased confidence. Confidence is contagious in every sport, and individual growth led to team growth. Each player tried nearly every position in order to find where they felt comfortable and could perform their best. Throughout the season, our team faced a lot of injuries and sickness, which forced a lot of players into other positions. But we were ready. Our training prepared us. Every time I told a player they would be playing a different position, I was met with determination and positive attitudes. I think that says a lot about the personalities of this group. This team never gave up, no matter what the score was. Many times I would look up at the scoreboard and not even realize that we weren't winning. It was great getting to know the girls as volleyball players, and I enjoyed connecting with them on a personal level as well. I am thankful for this team and the growth it afforded me as a coach. It's safe for me to say I am very proud of this team in many ways, and I'm excited to get back into the gym to prepare with you next season. All right, girls JV volleyball, right there.
All right, first up, Margaret Bass, Faith Johnson, Shri Patel, Isla Whittle, Maida Ahmed, Maria Abishel, Nora Daniger, Maddie House, Malaya Purcell, Savannah Ratliff, Madison Rennick, Peyton Smith, Carolyn Welfare, Maggie Bibby, Rabia Farron, Abby Landry, Victoria Markoff, Mila, and Ezra Vu. Congratulations, ladies. Round of applause.
All right, ladies, well done. And we are going to move on to the girls varsity volleyball team. Thank you. Congratulations on a good season. Sorry, it's me again. Okay. So this is going to be the girls varsity volleyball presentation. I'm presenting this speech on behalf of varsity head volleyball coach Emily Gaston, who unfortunately cannot make it here today due to a work conference in Maryland. But here are her remarks about the season. Thank you to everyone who made this season successful. Mr. Eubank, Mr. Pollock, Ms. Schaefer, Coach Hedrick, Coach Wirt, Coach Hawkins, Holly Marshall, our supportive families, and countless others. We had many wonderful moments during our season, including Dig Pink, team bonding, senior night, and yes, 2 wins against Roman Catholic. We finished off the season 6-11 overall and 3-6 in our conference. This is an improvement over last year's record, and we also improved in every stat area except for one. But hey, stats alone are a powerful measure of the progress that we made, but we also improved in immeasurable ways. We were able to solidify the fundamental skills that we learned last year and started to take our game to the next level. We were able to hang with the top teams in the conference, digging their hardest hitters, acing their best players, and slamming the ball past some of their experienced players. We took sets off some of the strongest teams in the conference, and yes, we competed. We believed in ourselves and believed in our teammates, and we grew together. We created strong bonds as a team and inspired each other to put forth maximum effort. We laughed at mistakes, but simultaneously used them as fuel to improve. I'm incredibly proud of the growth I've seen this season. Thank you, girls, for trusting the process and for committing to our program. The progress that you are making is remarkable. The North Cross Volleyball program has a bright future ahead of us, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it. Congratulations on a great season. Okay, so now, girls varsity volleyball, if you'll line up, we're gonna go by grade, alphabetical order by grade. Okay, Margaret Bass. And y'all can scoot closer. Faith Johnson. Shri Patel, Isla Whittle, Maddie House, Madison Rennick, Maggie Bibby, Peyton Greer, second team all-conference, Scout Capa's captain, first team all-conference, Isabel Mendez Moraga, Julia Corliss, captain, Catherine Hancock, captain, Indira Weed, Norea Cruz Caella, Paula Goras Aroca, Jaden Rhodes, captain, and Mallory Kern, manager. Okay, great. So here are Coach Gaston's awards. This year's Coach's Award goes to a player who showed commitment to the team and a strong desire to learn. She asked great questions during practice and was a coachable player. This player was a natural leader who shared her knowledge with the younger girls on the team and built strong relationships with her teammates and coaches. She genuinely cares about people and their well-being. Whether she was on the court or on the bench, she was engaged in the game and was determined to lift up her teammates. Her energy and passion are contagious, and I wish that she could have been a part of the team for more than just 1 year. This year's Coach's Award goes to Jaden Rhodes. Okay. This year's Most Valuable Player Award goes to a player who is a gifted athlete and a quiet and calm leader. She is a dedicated, insightful player and is driven to improve and play her best. Her consistency made her a reliable player that performed well under pressure. She is coachable, has a great attitude. She builds genuine relationships with her teammates and leads others by example. All of these qualities made her a natural selection to serve as one of our team captains. This player led us in almost every stat area. She finished the season as one of our top serve receive passers and led us in kills, hitting percentage, aces, blocks, and digs. She earned first team all-conference as a sophomore and has an incredible career ahead of her. This year's Most Valuable Player is Scout Capas. That was awesome. Congratulations. Thank you, ladies. Next up to the podium, I'd like to call the varsity field hockey coach, Coach Andrea Carter.
Good morning. It is my privilege today to speak with you all about the girls' field hockey team. But before I get to the girls, I'd like to thank Mr. Eubank for his support and leadership, Mrs. Schaefer for helping with all things administrative and definitely helping me learn the ropes as a first-year coach in the North Cross Athletic Department, Coach Pollock for getting the field game ready, Holly Marshall for keeping all of the girls healthy, and the parents too, for always stepping in and helping whenever needed, whether serving a meal at an away game, hand warmers at a cold game, just always seeing a need and stepping in and supporting the team. Finally, I'd like to thank the coaches. Come on up, Vicki. I'd like to thank the coaches Lisa Barrera Phillips, Misha Chosky, Nikki Dabney, and Julia Brown, who could not be with us today. They are quite the team, and the girls would not have had the success they did this season without these women in their corner helping them out. I'm so incredibly grateful for their help. In July, preparing for the season, we knew we had great returning talent, but we only had a few players. We weren't sure if we were going to use the numbers to even have a varsity team. Every email from a girl that said, I want to play field hockey, was met with a cheer. Yay, I'm so excited, we're going to finally have a varsity team. We have the numbers. We finally had it. It had been a couple of years. One of the very first games we had was at EC Glass in Lynchburg, and it was a tough loss. There are lessons to be learned in losses, and as we all sat around after the game talking about how we played, the ins and outs of what occurred, there was a collective shift. You could see the girls thinking, this isn't me, this isn't us, we're a better team than this. And after that game, they set out to prove just that. The team theme this year was W, probably for these horrible double W runs we did in practice, which weren't much fun, but it was also for more than that, because they realized that if you want to win, you have to be willing to work. And they did exactly that. They practiced focusing on what they could control. They learned to flush out missteps and questionable calls in games. And the team worked diligently to improve individual skills and team strategies, as well as corner plays in practice, so they could take the field and crush the game plan. The We're a Better Team Than Us led to a 5-2 victory over EC Glass when we hosted them at home. More wins followed, with a sudden death overtime win at VES, which was definitely the highlight of the season, because that win secured us a higher seed as well as a home field advantage for when we played in the BRAC Conference semifinals. We beat VES again in the semifinals and made it all the way to the championship game. The team that almost wasn't, with low numbers, was the team that could and the team that did. I am so incredibly proud of these girls. They have grown so much individually and as teams, and they truly understand what it means to commit to a sport and commit to each other. Girls Varsity.
Okay, girls. Starting with the youngest first, Samantha Balderas. Hey, y'all can clap. Julia Cephas. Penelope Lampros, honorable mention, all conference. Charlotte Marilla. Sophia Camp, first team all conference. Bridget Finch. Savannah Brooks, captain, first team all conference. Millie Chopsky, captain, first team all conference. Lucy Paige Ellett. Winnie Ferguson. Maeve Parker, captain and first team all conference. Fiona Parnell. Eliza Vogel. Emma Vada. Eleanor Blackshaw. And Ava Delasky. All right, don't go anywhere, girls. I'm going to invite Coach Carter back to the podium.
If you've ever tried to play field hockey before, it's not an easy sport to pick up. There's only one side of the stick that you can use. There's lots of in and outs with positioning, and there are set corner plays. What would those be? This year's recipient of the Coaches Award came to the team with no experience in field hockey, asked lots of questions at practice, quietly worked hard each and every day to the point where she was figuring it out. She got it. She knew that position. She understood where it meant to be far post. She was a great and quiet cheerleader for all of her teammates. And I'm so pleased to announce that this year's Coaches Award goes to Bridget Finch. This year's MVP has great stats. She scored 8 goals this season, had 8 assists. But the stats only tell part of the story about this young lady. She's a tremendous leader on and off the field. She sets the tone for hard work at practice. She always encourages her teammates and others, reached out to the young middle school students to encourage them, and when we needed to really step it up in a game, she did. In short, this player, day in and day out, led by example. Our MVP this year is Millie Chomsky.
Congratulations, everyone. Have a seat. Thank you. All right, next up, we're going to talk about girls varsity tennis with head coach Ryan Schlachter.
All right, of course, I've got some thank yous to get through. Our assistant coach, Tracy Schaefer, you have provided invaluable support and dedication to the girls tennis team, creating a positive and welcoming environment. Thank you. Coach Paulett for ensuring a smooth operation of athletic events and logistics. Holly Marshall, our trainer, who was always just a quick phone call away, and we had many of them. We thank you for ensuring the girls' health and safety on and off the court. Mr. Eubank, before the season even started, it was obvious you had a deep commitment to providing a positive athletic culture. We are grateful for your leadership and the opportunities you have provided for our athletes. Faculty, thank you for understanding and your support as our student athletes continue to excel both academically and athletically. Parents, thank you for entrusting us with the opportunity to engage and develop your children through sports. Finally, thank you students. Many of you arrive here in the dark and leave here in the dark. The time and dedication you commit to all of us at North Cross does not go unnoticed. All right, so throughout the season, these girls have demonstrated exceptional skills, determination, and teamwork, resulting in an impressive overall record of 7-5 and a conference record of 5-3. The girls tennis team experienced a range of highs and lows this year. One of the challenges we faced first was when our star player, Ann Bradley Cullen, suffered an injury in the preseason. When you only play 6 girls in a match, losing any of them hurts, but losing your number 1 is detrimental. Luckily, she got better quickly and the team was healthy and hungry. We showed out against Nan's and Suffolk at the beach and also had an impressive victory at home against Covenant, the eventual conference champions, winning by a score of 6-3. We spent a lot of time in buses mid-season with 6 away games in a row, beating solid teams. Then, unfortunately, I had to witness Anna Chikozy diving on the football field on what seemed like every single play, eventually breaking her finger on her dominant hand, forcing her to sit out for the remainder of the season. Despite these setbacks, our team has remained resilient and continued to give their best efforts up until the end, pulling out solid wins against conference opponents. These girls stepped up, were always competitive, and created lasting memories in the process. Memories like watching Kate Cook and Akali Koeda come from behind against Nathan Suffolk with everybody watching and the match tied 4-4. Playing at Randolph College at the brightest yellow courts in history. Making your coach join in all your TikToks. So many TikToks. Fitness Fridays. These girls loved lining up and running lines over and over and over again. Watching Kate Cook and Sophia Brown win #1 doubles on senior night. Going to Arby's, right? No? How about screaming bloody murder in the bus as we watch a minivan leave the Chipotle parking lot? I could go on and on for hours reminiscing about all the amazing memories and inside jokes we've shared together. I just hope these memories serve as a reminder in the future of the incredible friendships you have and continue to make. As a coach, I had the privilege of witnessing the growth and development of our talented athletes and look forward to continuing our winning traditions in the years to come. Thank you. Come on up, girls.
Okay, start with Kylie Coda, second team, all conference. Mercedes Herrera Arias. Anna Chikozi. And Bradley Cullen, first team all conference, first team all state. Maddie Dalton. Catherine Ferguson. Leah Flores. Sue Hansen. Sarah Otegi Kamano. Aditri Pandy. Mia Rueda. Isabel Snyder. Veronica Weston. Lauren Boone. Dami Bankoli. Sophia Brown. Selvin Burns, captain. Catherine Cook, captain. Second team all conference, second team all state. Helen Hertz. And Hanya Garza. Congratulations, ladies. Big round of applause.
Okay. Coach's Award is always difficult to pick, and I can make the case for any one of these girls to receive it. But there was one girl committed to her team far before the season started and continues to be a leader today. She has demonstrated the hard work, dedication, and sportsmanship that are required to succeed at any level. She has improved her tennis skills year after year, and we will miss her dearly. I will never ask her to run backwards again. The Coach's Award goes to Kate Cook. Okay. The MVP is a player who has made the most significant contribution to their team's success. Someone who makes an incredibly positive impact to the team just by showing up. Most of her opponents have no idea just how bad they're about to get beat until about 3 points in. That's when they look at their coach and start shaking their head in defeat. The only faults I can find are those UGG shoes she likes to wear before and after her matches. Even still, she's a champion on and off the court, and we are lucky to have her at Northcross. If you've ever seen her play, this will not be a surprise. Our MVP is Ann Bradley Cullen. Thank you.
Congratulations. All right, next up to talk about our boys varsity soccer team is Coach James Brown, his assistant Ezra.
Good morning. Before I talk about my team, I want to take a moment and honor Dave Calvert, who passed away this week. He's one of the best coaches, teachers, administrators that we've had at Northcross over the past 50 years. Truly a big loss for the Northcross family. To begin, I want to talk about those who played a role in making this soccer season successful. The first person I want to thank is our dedicated assistant, Ezra Zagarwi. His guidance, expertise, and timeless efforts remain a key component in the success of the team. Our players have an extreme amount of respect for him, and they feed off the energy he brings to training and games. We truly appreciate all that he does for the program. I also want to thank Coach Pollock for his dedication in maintaining Cook Field. Your efforts in cutting, lining, and ensuring everything is set for both game days and for practices do not go unnoticed, and we thank you. Tracy Schaefer for her behind-the-scenes work in keeping everything organized and ensuring everything runs smoothly. For Coach Eubank for his work with our JV team. The players enjoyed the experience and the opportunity to play under your guidance. We also appreciate the time you were able to spend with our goalkeepers. The three keepers definitely benefited from the training. To our parents, for your unwavering support both at home and on the road, your generosity, be it time, resources, or encouragement, is truly appreciated. And finally, to our seniors, after you basically lost your freshman year to COVID, you all went to 3 consecutive state Final Fours, won 2 conference championships, won a state title, and finished your career with a record of 56, 8, and 7 over the past 3 seasons. These achievements are a true testament of your talent, dedication, and leadership. We will miss each and every one of you guys next year. Now a little bit about our team, or our season. With a robust roster of 40 players, it was a pleasant surprise to have such a large and determined group. The togetherness displayed by this group, despite its size, played a significant role in the team's success. They were truly road warriors, as our first 9 games and 11 out of our 15 regular season games were away from our home field. The regular season was a very challenging path against very strong competition, to say the least. 11 of our regular season games were against Vista State tournament teams. Yet for the first time since 2012, our guys managed to come out of the regular season undefeated. Truly the determination and togetherness that define this group of guys. While the conference finals may not have ended as we hoped, our team learned from that game, adapted, and came back stronger. The revenge came with a 1-0 win in the very next game against the very same Blue Ridge team in the state quarterfinals. A total team effort which earned them a trip to Richmond and the state Final Four. Yes, the journey to the ultimate goal was cut short, but the journey itself was incredible considering the consistent challenges the team faced. Through the ups and downs and the ever-changing lineups, the team finished the season 16-2-3, a record that speaks volumes about the character of our team. For those returning, we need to hold on to all those lessons learned over the course of the season and use them as stepping stones as you prepare for next year. Thank you.
Yes, that was a good cue. Come out of the bleachers, try to get organized. Youngest first, 9th graders, alphabetical order by last name. Okay, Mac Bird. Clay Cook. Carter Dodeman. Martin Greer. Joaquin Lamas. Carter Levan. Harper Patterson. Amir Albashah. Brandon Carey. Carter Krasinski. Oliver Lacey. Leo Lampros. Sam Schaefer. Charlie Zhao.
Can you make a second line? Yeah, start, scoot up, and then walk behind. Y'all scoot up and y'all can get behind. There we go.
We have 40 people to put up here. Alejandro Zuniga Garcia. Alejandro Almenas Hernandez. Hunter Basile, first team All-Conference and first team All-State. Tyler Bloomfield. Dean Coate. Will Nolan Jackson. Mario Metzkowitz Jimenez. Common Petkov. Jason Fahn. Gabrielle Ramirez Lugo. Leighton Stern. Cesar Suarez Cuenza. Ryan Thomas. Dee Dee DeBittle, first team All-Conference and Conference Player of the Year, and second team All-State. Maddox Haskins, captain and first team All-Conference. Harper Capus. Peter Krasminski. Hudson Lawrence. Mason Murkison. Rex Owen. Jackson Parker. Jackson Patterson, captain and second team All-Conference. Liam Ripple, captain, second team All-Conference and second team All-State. Blake Shaner. And Ned Tower.
Sam, y'all step up and take a line right behind them. So we're gonna
End up making two lines here.
so y'all step forward, you go behind them. You just slide in just a little bit so everybody's not completely shut out. Right, just not out. Step forward. Oh, don't block the coach though. We're gonna
It's okay.
just step. It's okay.
Before I give out my 2 awards, I have another award to give out, and that is to the winner of our annual PK competition that went a lot of rounds this year. I don't think we've ever had consecutive winners. This person is a first-time winner, but just for the keepers next year, know that he is going to go to your right and his left. But our winner for the penalty kick competition this year is Dean Coate, and here is a dollar bill signed by Coach Cook, who happens to be here this morning. John Wooden said, "Team spirit means you are willing to sacrifice personal considerations for the welfare of all. That defines a team player." Our Coaches Award goes to a player whose contributions extend far beyond the playing field. He sacrificed his own interests for the greater good of the team. Despite not always seeing playing time, his positive attitude, dedication, and willingness to help out, whether it was asked to or not, made a significant impact on the team. On the field, he always hustled and was open and receptive to any advice that was given to him. This award recognizes not only his character, but also the valuable role he has provided, demonstrating what it means to be a great teammate. This year's Coaches Award goes to Blake Shaner. Selecting an MVP for a team sport is always a difficult task. This year seemed to be even tougher as there were so many valuable contributions to the team's success. Some guys had outstanding years scoring goals, some in the assist column, some on the defensive side of the ball, while others did the dirty work that often does not show up on the stat sheets. Our award this year goes to a player who in just 2 short years has definitely made a mark on the team. He is exceptionally skilled with a nose for the goal. This season he accumulated 20 goals and 7 assists, earning him a top 10 spot on the single season scoring list. The biggest of these goals was against Blue Ridge, where he barely beat the goalkeeper to the ball, allowing him to get a foot in and quickly get it over the keeper for the only goal of the game. Additionally, making the top 20 list in all-time scoring within such a short time is a testament to this player's ability and impact. This year's MVP goes to Didi DeBetle.
Thank you, soccer team. All right, next up, to talk about the varsity football season is Coach Shannon Taylor.
Good morning. All right, I'd like to thank Ms. Armstead Lemon for being such a big supporter of the football team, upper school, Victor Lamas, Stephen Belderis. I want to thank teachers and staff for working with our young men. I want to thank the CAC team, athletic director, Jeremy Eubank, Chris Pollard, Tracy Schaefer, Jim Schaefer, Kenny and Sharon. Our guys are in and out the CAC daily, and sometimes they don't listen, and they help us out very much. I'd like to thank my coaching staff, Shane Miles, Brett Jones, Makai Hines, Benny Dorton. I couldn't have got it done without those guys this year. They did an amazing job of supporting me, being there filling the holes when I couldn't, and led to a successful team. Our trainer, Holly Marshall, who deals with our guys on a daily basis, hamstrings, ankles, wrists, whatever it may be, sickness, she's there to support at all times. My parents, the Lang family, the Moss family, the Reels, Max, Johnsons, stepped up all year providing whatever we may need, whether it was water, Gatorades, meals for the kids, equipment pickup on the way if we forgot something. They did an amazing job of helping us in that capacity. As I talk about this team, this year was a little bit different. Even although it's been my 14th season here, 13 years as a defensive coordinator, this past year as the head coach. I was promoted to the head coach job, which I interviewed for in 2010. My great friend, Stephen Alexander, hired me as a defensive coordinator, and we had a great run for 13 seasons. But this year, it started over. With me at the helm, having to manage the staff, manage the players, put us in the best position to be successful. As we took on the season, we started a new quarterback, 3 new offensive linemen, and if you know football the way you know it, football is, the offensive line has to gel. There has to be chemistry there. We had 2 international kids, never played in the States before. It was new, it was challenging, and we had a true freshman kid who hadn't played with us before. So as we approached the season, we stumbled just a little bit against the NSA and made opportunities at the end of that game. As we talk about NSA, we struggled in the first half trying to figure things out, but we bonded together, we stayed together, we talked at the halftime, we made the plays we needed to be made. At the conclusion of the game, if you saw that live stream, Sandra Frogner made the game-winning tackle, break up on a pass play to win the game. We won that game by 2 points. It was an awesome game. It was awesome to see Frogner make the play that needed to be played. He did an awesome job that game. As we went into our second game, we played Fredericksburg. St. James out of Fredericksburg, Maryland. Tough travel. It was the heat of the day, about 90 plus degrees on that turf. And we was able to battle out of that situation to make plays throughout that game. We had numerous guys that ran, step up and make plays. Jace Rose, J2, Cam Johnson, Brock Miles to Mo on a big touchdown pass to seal the game. As we continue to travel, Coach Brown talked about being a road warrior. We're road warriors as well. Play 90% of our games on the road, leaving school in the morning and having to travel and to get prepared to get off the bus and go play. My guys were up for the battle. They stayed focused. They were noble-minded. As we competed in the next home game, which was at Salem Field, we played Charlotte Country Day. Little did I know, as I watched film that week, a good friend of mine who played for the Dallas Cowboys, his son was the quarterback. I immediately talked to my guys and told them this guy's going to be prepared. He's going to be a player. We got to be ready. We got to be on our P's and Q's. During that game, we went up. We had peaks and valleys during that game. We thought we had the game sealed with 6 minutes left in the game. But the greatness of Coach Wright, of Anthony Wright's son, he made the plays latter part of that game to push them to victory. And that was a learning moment that we had to understand and humble ourselves a little bit. Because sometimes we get a little too excited. We got to stay within the moment. After that, we traveled down to Atlantic Shores, a rival, a known rival. We've played the last 8 years in the state championship in 2021. We didn't start off the way we like to start, but the second half we came out storming. We ended up winning that game 28-7, and we had several guys in the defensive backfield who got the ball back for us, who gave us the opportunity to go score a touchdown. Cam Johnson, J2 Rose on explosive runs for touchdowns. As we came back home in our official home game out here on Willis Field, we played Benedictine, a big Division I school. Big, physical, outnumbered us by 25 guys. We fielded the team with 26, 27 guys that day. Benedictine, 50, 56, 55 kids and whatnot. We started off the game well. The guys played extremely hard, physical, and made some plays. But a game of that magnitude, just coming back at home, we weren't really focused and locked in on what we needed to do. We dropped that game against Benedictine. So we head to Big Bad Blue Ridge on a Saturday. We get off the bus 20 minutes before the game for the kickoff. We got into some traffic and we had to run out on the field, not have the warm-up that we would like to have, so we didn't start off as well as we wanted to. But the guys stayed noble-minded, controlled the things they could control. They went out there in the second half and took care of business. We ended up winning that game 24-15, and we haven't lost the conference since 2015. And the conference goes through Norcross. We know that. As we competed and continued to prepare, we had a bye week, went into Fredericksburg Christian, a team that we played in the semifinals last year, another familiar opponent. We dismantled them. We took them apart. You know, this day and age, social media is a big part of our kids' lives, and they communicate with these kids. Things are said back and forth, and, you know, I told the guys, hey, ignore that kind of stuff. Let's play football. Let's show them how to play on the field, and we did. We ended up winning that game big, and we ran away with that one. Our senior game was canceled, and it was a bummer. But Miss Wink was able to put something together for the school. And we were able to put together a Powder Puff game, have the seniors coach and juniors coach, and then we presented our awards for our seniors during that senior Powder Puff game that day. As we concluded the season, we concluded it in Potomac, Virginia, excuse me. Not a familiar opponent, another big school, Division I school. Our guys stepped up to the challenge to prepare like no other, knowing that the #1 ranking was on our side. If we was able to complete this game, win at a high level, and show the poll guys, show the coaches that we are the #1 team in the state, we will host throughout playoffs. And we did that. We then went on the road again to Potomac, Virginia, and played them at 7 o'clock at night on their senior night, and were able to win that game. So we was able to get the #1 seed, which we earned all year. Semifinal game, we played against NSA. First game of the year, we won by 2 points. Guys came out, handled their business, and we made a statement throughout the state. We ended up winning that game 35-0, 42-0, something like that. And we went on to the state championship game to play Blue Ridge, a team that we had played a few weeks before. It was a great time watching these guys develop, watching our seniors prepare for the last week of high school football. It was amazing to see how they worked hard. It's a lot of moving pieces, stepping up, making sure we had everything in place, making sure we needed to be where we needed to be. So excited for our seniors' future. Cam Johnson, Dayton Rose, Schmo, Danny Fong, Easton Zoo. Those guys did an amazing job of holding down the fort, showing these young guys how it's done. I appreciate you guys' effort. I wish you guys the best. The three-peat is on the horizon, young guys. It's on the horizon. Thank you, guys.
All right, John, step up. At this point, the all-conference and all-state ballots and selections are not in, so I know we will have a bunch of them, but they are not in yet, so they're not listed here. All right, we'll start with Camden DeMoss. You guys can cheer. Jonah Privet. Carter Rio. Wayne Yardley. Thomas Freeman. Josiah Hines. Trace Spear. Shannon Reed. Walker Rio. Evan Valdez. Joaquin Tamayo. Zeal Hart. Nate Hayes. Justin Jones. Tristan Lang. Antonio Mack. Jace Rhodes. Boaz Atia, Nate Bonds, Chris Carter, Sandra Frogner, Rob Miles, Daniel Scoot, Jerome Vanderhels, Cam Johnson, captain. Maurice Windorfer, who is having surgery in Austria right now. Danny Fong. J2 Rhodes, captain. Maurice Tremanza, captain. Lisa Zhu, captain. And Sebastian Miller, manager from manager. Congratulations, guys. Round of applause.
All right. So we have several guys who are very deserving of the Coaches Award. And Coach and I fumbled over this several times, and this guy could have easily been the MVP. His work ethic, the way he played, his involvement in the school, he's just been amazing. Came here 3 years ago as a receiver. We changed his position because we felt like he was better at other places, and he embraced it. He's done an amazing job. I hate to see him go. Easton Zoo.
I think it's out. Is it Easton's out?
And again, won't say this lightly, we got a bunch of guys up here that can really play the game. Most valuable player is a guy that has exhibited hard work out of our coaching presence, doing the things he needs to do to prepare himself for the season, extra workouts, trying to find a way to get better. And then as he comes to the team, galvanizes the team, lots of energy, motivates. And if you spend a lot of time with him, enough time with him, he'll convince you that he can jump to the moon. MVP of this year's state championship team is Zeal Hart. All right, guys, you guys can have a seat.
I would like to welcome Coach Wow and Uzair to the front for a very special presentation.
Good morning. I won't take long because I know golf is, sometimes in the spring sports, the kids don't get the recognition they deserve because things just happen late, just like football. The awards aren't in yet. So when you think about golf, and I first met this young man when he was in the 6th grade. And at that time, if I could have put him on the golf team, he'd have probably been the #2 golfer as a 6th grader on a varsity sport. I'm sad to see Mr. Cook go because Mr. Cook was the golf coach for many years here before. And I was hoping, I know he would enjoy this. But the year when he was in the 7th grade, we finished last in the conference. We were tied for last with Hargrave. And since then, he lost his first year of eligibility to COVID. But since then, he's led us to this team to the state tournament 3 times. First, his freshman year, we finished 6th in the state. His sophomore year, we finished 3rd. And then last year, we finished 2nd. We missed it by 3 strokes. And he's put this team, and he's put the golf program on his back. And when you talk North Cross golf, you think of one man, and that's Uzair Mirza. And I'm proud to present him with his state championship ring for the 2023 Golf Division II state champion. You're good. Let me just say one more thing. This is my 12th year here as a teacher and a coach, and 12 years ago, in my very first class, my very first advisor group, I had a young man in Algebra 1 that had only been in country 1 week. And to see where he's come, and that's why we do this, and for all the coaching, I applaud the coaching that, but that young man 12 years ago was Ezra Zagari. And he wrote me a thank you note when he graduated, and I still have that thank you note. And that's why we do this, because of you guys, and to see where he's come from that freshman year 12 years ago is just amazing, and I just want to honor him. Thank you. Thank you.
Before I turn the program back over to Mr. Eubank, I just want to remind all of the team MVP and Coaches Award recipients to please come here after the program to get a group photo with Ms. Sled. And if you've never earned a varsity letter before, this is your first time ever earning one at North Cross, please see me over there, and I have one of those nice red fuzzy letters for you.
I'll be very brief because I know you guys are looking forward to getting back to class. You've heard many different successes from this fall season. I would ask you all as we continue throughout this year to take away these 2 items. Believe in yourself. Your team's success starts with each individual collectively. That has afforded you all this success, both as an individual and as a team. Second, when you have failure, I ask you to remember this. Failure is success in progress. If you do what you can do, you will never be more than you are now. Always see greatness in you more than you see in yourself. I want to wish you all good luck in your winter seasons. This concludes our Fall 2023 Fall Sports Awards ceremony.